Brews and Banner Podcast. Banner Podcast. Brews and Banner Podcast. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Brews and Banner Podcast. I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, is the Legendary Brew Crew. What up, fellas?
I was reading this weekend. Mama.
Nah, it doesn't taste like dirt.
My name is Lou Belgium's, ladies and gentlemen. I'm wondering,
does Delaware have an actual culture? This is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world. Politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair.
Ooh, we love you, Brews and Banter Podcast.
I don't know. Shorty having drip. I don't know. Put it on the jet. Out of here. 124.
Yeah, I had to play that in honor of Sixers making the play-in, I guess. We was at the game and Campaign, that was his favorite song. He knew every word. He was like, when he was warming up, he was like, I was like, sheesh.
yeah, you know what I was always wondered, like, how come when everybody was saying Gunna was snitching, like, it didn't affect his career at all? Like, it made him more famous to me. I guess it
would have been the person who actually thought it. The only person who probably could have came out and said he's snitching would have been Young Thug. He never said that, so
yeah. So
I
think Young Thug is just smart, right? And I think what happened was that he probably did snitch, but Young Thug is like, this is my artist. This nigga makes me money. So I'm going to be like, yo, you know what? He ain't snitch. And I'm going to say, get his album and all this shit. Like,
yeah.
So, because I'm in here.
So, he didn't snitch.
Man, even if he did, I think that's
because maybe he said he told Young Thug, yo, I'm not into this joint. I'm here to just make music. Bro, that's it. Whatever.
Why you think he snitched?
No, that's what people were saying.
No, I'm saying what makes people think that?
Because he got out.
Yeah, because he got out.
Okay. Okay,
and
that's
easy. Was in there for the same all time.
Same
shit. Like this guy gets out. So it's like, and then it was something that he said that kind of like was snitchery. But I think that it was snitchery. But I think the only thing is that I think Young Thug already knew that he was going to say that anyway, like on some shit like that. So it wasn't nothing that he didn't.
So it was known snitchery before he snitched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snitchery.
Crazy. That's a word.
The
word of the day. The word of the day.
Okay. What up? Welcome to Brewing Banter Podcast, where the topic is the rocking and the brew. Well, that'll be the fuel. I'm your host, Rob G, and with me, as always, the Legendary Brew Crew. What's going on, fellas?
Hello, everyone. How you guys doing?
This is episode 246.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yes. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Please find something you like on the smorgasbord of episodes. Don't just follow. I like cornucopia more than smorgasbord, but whatever your bevy of choices word would be, smorgasbord, cornucopia. You got a lot to choose from. You don't have to go to just 246. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. If you don't like 246, try 244 or 67.
69 was a good episode. I always remember that one.
Yeah, that was a good episode. If you are a returning bruiser, thank you for joining us again. We are glad you are back, and we appreciate you being here with us this afternoon, this morning, this evening, as we drop this new episode. All right. Before we get into it, we always like to know what everybody is drinking on. So, what are we drinking today? Yo looks like he's not drinking anything. So, Lou, what are you drinking on?
I understand. I get it, bro. Like yesterday was Yesterday was intimidating. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I have here Cajun Fire's Big Chief Cream Stout. It's 5% alcohol by volume in the pint can. That's what it looks like. Has some Shaka Zulu stuff over here. Chief Shaka Zulu of the Golden Feather Hunter Tribe, Black masking traditions of New Orleans. Cajun Fire, of course, is out of New Orleans. It's a Black-owned brewery. The Big Chief is a malty yet incredibly pretty, and smooth, rich in creaminess, combined with chocolate, black caramel, Munich malts, in a beautiful harmony. DrinkCajunFire.com. That's what it looks like.
Oh, that's dark.
It Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, I need somebody who is either John, if you're listening, John, from Cajun Fire, or somebody who's really big into New Orleans, like Chief culture. I need to come on.
Yeah, to see where this Mardi Gras, where the funerals, processions, all that stuff. Like, why y'all New Orleans so different than the rest of the country? Yeah, that type of question.
Yeah, I'm curious to know, and maybe he knows a little bit, or can point us to the right person to ask all these things.
It was a dude who did a lot of history of New Orleans. He died about a year ago though, but he I think his name was Brucey B, but he was really dope as far as New Orleans history and shit like that. He's a black dude. Rest in peace to him. But he was really cool with that.
Like I just like sometimes just even if I catch a like just a slight documentary or somebody doing like a little history on it. Because there's a lot of shit to it, like with the voodoo and all that.
It's so different than the rest of the country. Like it's so like, why is it just there? Like it never spread out widely. Like people move from New Orleans and Louisiana to other places of the country, of course. But it seems like their traditions didn't go to Chicago or didn't go to California or New York or Delaware where we're at. They just stayed home. That's really fascinating to me. And then it's so different. like you said, the hoodoo and the voodoo of it all, just so different. It's only Creoles in Louisiana. Like, why is that? Like, there's a lot of questions I have. So yeah, if John, you listening, put us in touch with somebody. New Orleans people, if y'all listening, y'all come on. Yeah, come on and holler at me for a minute. It ain't just about Mardi Gras and partying, I'm sure. Right. But back to the
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, back to the beer. It smells boozy. It smells like it's barrel aged. It smells boozy as hell. But it don't taste like that. It tastes just like a creamy stout. So I don't know how they did that shit. I really don't. It smells higher than 5%, but it drinks like it could be 5%. And IBUs are 20, just in case y'all wanted to know that as well. But yeah, cheers to this, man. Pass me another. I'll take another one of these.
Yeah, Cajun Fire, they normally got some good beers.
Yeah, they got that fire, that Cajun Fire.
Oh yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. Now I didn't want to assume wrong. You ain't drinking nothing, right? I wanted to make sure, yo.
No, I ain't drinking nothing. I'm chilling because I just, not that saying that I had a lot yesterday, but I mean, this period on the weekend was a lot, so chilling.
So what you drinking, Rob?
What you got?
I got from Idiom Brewing Company. It's the Big Picture. It's a double New England IPA. It's 7.5% ABV. It's hopped with Barber Rogue, Mosaic, and Simcoe.
The Barber Rogue?
I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't even know. BARBE. Maybe it's Barber Rogue.
Maybe.
Mosaic and Simcoe. So it's hopped with 3 different hops. And it's a double hazy, 7.5% ABV. There it is in the glass. It's hazy, but it gets a little haze to it. But it's not like a juice bomb. It's not extra hazy. There's some bitterness in it, but you can see it a little through it. You probably can't do it in the glass. I mean, in the camera, but right in front of me, it's a little thing. It's citrus, obviously, on the nose with the IPA. Slight bitterness, but it's not overly bitter. Like it's not West Coast IPA. Some grapefruit notes for sure. But I'll pass me another. 7.5.
I don't like how you stuttered on that though. 7.5 is high. Yeah, you kind of I'll pass me another one like you wasn't really sure.
Well, because of the ABV, because 7.5 double IPA, and IPA is not my go-to style, so it's not like. But there were some IPAs I've had that are delicious, but I don't know if they like triple IPAs. Sometimes can be really sweet on the tongue, for sometimes, but also they can be hot bombs. But I enjoy it. So shout out to Idiom for this beer, the Big Picture. And I guess that's like a hop doing graffiti or painting. I don't know exactly what, but it's also it's like pixelated. He painted himself, so it's like a self-portrait.
Yeah, it's a hop painting a hop.
Oh, that motherfucker cocky as shit.
Yeah, 3 times, not just once, but 3 times. He said, Dylan.
Better portrait could I paint than myself.
Right.
Jesus.
All right. Well, we got some beers we got going on, but we did drink a lot of other beers over the weekend. We were able to Atlantic City and check out the AC Beer and Music Fest for their second session. It was at the Atlantic City Convention Center, and it was a good time. I think it's put together by Tricycle Productions, I believe it. I think that's the exact name of the organization that puts it on. I'm pretty sure. I think it was the 18th year of the festival, so it's been going strong for quite a bit of time. This was my first time going. Was it everybody else's first time?
Yeah,
it was mine too. I got here presented by FanDuel. I don't have the name of the place though.
Yeah, I think it was sponsored by FanDuel. But
yeah, Good Time Tricycle. That's what it's called. Good Time Tricycle.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
They are the producer of the actual festival. But it was presented by FanDuel Casino and Sportsbook. And it was a 2-day festival. It started off at 8 p.m. Went from 8 to 12. A lot of bands played that day. And also on the day we went, what was April 13th?
Yesterday, 13th, yeah.
The second session we went to, and they had some good bands. I know a lot of people came out for the bands. For the second session, it was and an acoustic stage, but on the second session, Save the Day, Catch 22, and Action Adventure. I think there's some people on the acoustic stage. If you weren't paying attention, you might have missed them. Especially if you were already inebriated on the
it was
It was like wasn't it like one of the vendors? It was like a vendor, damn near.
Almost.
Yeah, like damn near the size of a vendor.
It looked like anybody
walking past.
Yeah, it looked like you could volunteer to just play guitar if you wanted to.
Like sign up.
Yeah. Come back at 1:30. You could play from 1:30 to 1:35. Yeah. Just play whatever you want. Yeah, it didn't seem like it had its own like spotlight, which I kind of think it should have, but it was still good.
Yo, but that's a good idea though, to do a sign-up sheet for people that
just want to play an instrument, just want to play an instrument
or perform or something.
Yeah,
that's not like for the main stage.
Yeah.
Yo, they have a lot of.
I didn't see karaoke. Yeah. But I agree with you, Yoda. That would be a good idea. Just like if you want to perform, if you feeling good about yourself, we got a piano, we got a guitar. Go ahead and get your little harmonize on real quick.
Why not? Yeah. Ain't we all there for a good time anyway?
And in the capitalist society, you could charge them $5 to play my music.
But they have a lot of things to do at this beer festival that I didn't catch at a lot of other ones that we've been to. Like they had the obstacle course, like the bouncy house obstacle course type joint. And I saw somebody trying to do that. There was keg throwing. I'm not really sure if that's like a big thing somewhere. But
yeah, keg toss. They do it.
The keg toss, okay. And then they had the soccer, the joint where you kick the ball on the big on the big Target.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they had that. Then they had you could try to what is it? Somebody in the dunking pool thing where you could try to dunk the girl.
I didn't see that. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, they had that, and I noticed it was another big thing that they had where you tried to like another obstacle course type shit where you had to jump and duck, jump.
Oh, the
and
eliminator.
Duck.
Oh yeah,
Like, this is crazy. Like
they be at they be at the fun houses and shit, like fun scape and shit like that.
I'm wondering how many people. Right, that's what I was about to say.
Wow! Oh man, throwing up in there, just shut it all down. Yeah. One of the ones I don't think you mentioned, they had like these bouncy horses, and they had races for people could sign up, and it was like 4 at a time. Y'all could race each other, but it's only like a 40-yard dash though. I needed like 100 yards to get myself a good start.
The Brew Cup Derby is what it was. They had the Brew
Cup Derby. I say it said Derby Cup, but I didn't know it was the Brew Derby Cup. Yeah.
And they also had a where you could play pinball too. They had a pinball alley.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's when you first walked in. When you first walked in.
And they had cornhole, of course.
So it was for the designated drivers. Y'all had a lot to do. Y'all had a whole lot to do. I would say like I've never been to a beer. I've been to convention centers a lot, but I've never been to a beer fest at a convention center. And I never really realized how big a convention center was, because usually it's all full. Like when you get to like the Philly Auto Show or whatever, like every corner got something going on. But with the beer fest, this really didn't. Like it was. I don't know how many breweries there were, but there were too many to name, too many to even go to, and it still seemed like it was cavernous in there. It's like so much extra space. It was like 100 yards just to get through check-in to get to the actual first sip of beer. You know what I mean? And it's still like once you got in there, you still were like, "Yo, this is big as shit." And it was probably only half the convention center was full with the full sound stage and the little acoustic, and people was getting massages. Like it was just so much to do. Yeah. Y'all right. They had the shitties. Yeah, that was funny. But yeah, it was just a lot of stuff to do. It was a lot of beer to try. It was too much beer to try. I think that's why they have the 3 sessions, is expecting people to go to more than one, so you can, if you want to enjoy the beer, knowing that you don't have to rush. And you can't do it in a 4-hour session. You can't taste all them try them beers.
You might be able to do it like if you did the weekend, like you did Friday night, and then you did the 2 sessions on Saturday.
But you don't even think if you did all day Saturday, probably not.
You won't be able to stand. I don't think you.
I mean, they gave you a break. They gave you a 2-hour break in between.
And you could drink at your own pace, and so it's like you could have still not drank whole cups enough. You could have just did tastings.
And they were good about that. They were good at, like, this is the first beer fest. You'd be like, I just want to sip, and they were looking out for you. Like, let me give you a sip. I just want you to try it. Yeah.
But I wonder if it's because they don't want to be kicked. So they were
that's true. We did meet 2 people that kicked in the 2nd session, and there was a 3rd session still to go. Like, yo, you got 4 more hours. You got no more beer? Like, no more beer.
They were trying to like pace themselves because if you only bought a certain amount of beer, you're not going to be there for all the sessions. Like
that's true. Yeah, if you're not an Atlantic City based brewery, you can't go back and get more beer. So
right.
Yeah, definitely had to bring what you could. That's true.
Right, because you had to bring a lot to begin with, and then it's like, well, hey, once I'm out, if I'm popular and people come back and continue to come back to me, we might have some issues. I can't.
Yeah, I wonder how they figure that out. I wonder how they figured that, because I'm sure like we didn't go to the 3rd session, but I'm sure like an hour or 2 hours in, there was a lot of people that tapped. It probably is best to go to the 1st session if you want to drink the beer. If you want to enjoy the beer, be there 1st or 2nd session early, because by 3rd session,
I think it was like 100 brewers, and I think they all had like 3 to 4 beers.
At least 3 taps, yeah.
So like 400 beers altogether, beer styles, beer that you could tasting, and I think they said. It used to be like they can get up to 8,000 people in the that they used to have, but I think they cut it down to 6,000 so that to have a better experience, so you wouldn't have to wait long lines and stuff like that. Which I guess helped. I mean, this is my first time, so I don't know, because there wasn't too many lines that you had to wait long periods of time for.
There would be long lines, but like 2 breweries down, it would be nobody there. So it was just like, oh, I'll just go. And then when you finish the beer there and turn to the long line, it'd be like 2 people left in that line. So it flowed. Like you never had, unless you just wanted to wait in line, you didn't have to wait in line.
Yeah. I feel like it was one of those situations where you ever been in a grocery store and it seemed like everybody got done the same time you did. Like y'all all walked to the line at the same time. What the fuck is this? What happened? Everybody got finished what I did. But I
only got 3 items. I only got 3 items, man. Can I get in front of you, ma'am?
So
I'll be out of your hair in a minute.
A lot of people, but it's like, it's not really. It's just everybody in that same spot at the same time.
And then you gotta figure out at Beer Fest, they had 3 taps, so it was at least 3 of them, at least 2 people serving beer. And then if you sit there like what we do, we try not to talk to people when they're busy, but some people don't. Like they just want, I'm here. I may not come back, so I'm gonna talk to you now. And it was a lot of that going on where it went down from 3 pours to 1 pour because the other 2 people being talked to. And now you gotta pour all these beers. So I could see how that was. But I never waited longer than I wanted to. So it was fine.
Yeah, I think there was that one line that was like the world's greatest cider. I didn't get in that line, but
I didn't get in that line. Yep, that line. Yeah. Well, what's some highlights, guys? Y'all got any beers that y'all can remember that y'all enjoyed? Any breweries that y'all remember and enjoyed?
No, I mean, I remember nothing after these beer fests.
I enjoyed from my Dr. Brew Littles, I think it was Dr. Brew Littles.
I like that.
Irish potato style.
Oh man, yes. Yeah. That was. I'm glad you brought that up. That was really good. I told you to go and get it. And I'm not sure if you got it.
I don't think I got it. Wait,
that was good, man.
Rob, did I take yours? What did I?
Yeah, you take mine. Yeah, you had mine.
Okay.
Yeah. That was. I never had an Irish potato style, but it tastes like a chocolate potato. It was delicious.
Yeah, because that candy, it's actually like, I think it's a candy. It is a candy. I think that's
it is okay.
Technically a potato. I think they just call it Irish potato, but I think it is like a confectionate candy. But I've had other brewers do it. Well, I think this is my favorite attempt that I've tasted. I think they've done a great job. So shout out to them. What else was one of my standouts from Farmers and Bankers, also in New Jersey, because that was because Dr. Brew Littles is in New Jersey as well. It was Farmers and Bankers. It was the Wu-Tang.
Tang Clan. It was just the Wu-Tang. WOOTANG.
Oh yeah, that was good.
The IPA. I was like, hey,
low. Y'all know me. IPA smell. Wu-Tang is an IPA. IPA smelled delicious, but this motherfucking IPA was actually delicious. Like it actually tasted really good. It was. Everybody talks about juicy, and I don't know what the fuck that means in the beer thing because it's not juicy. But this one was really juicy. It tasted real citrusy, I've got a lot of orange and pineapple. You know what I mean? Like oh, this is a juice bomb. I'm like, no, it's not. Actually, it's not at all. But that one was. It was. It didn't taste like a normal IPA at all to me. So maybe that's why I liked it so much.
Yeah,
I had to go. I introduced myself to that lady. Like that shit was delicious.
Like that one still had the IPA. It still was you could tell it was an IPA, but it had a little.
Yeah, the characteristics was there. It's just the taste. Yeah, that taste was.
It was good. It was good.
Oh man,
but
thank you, Megan.
But Irish potato candy is traditional candy from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Not what I would have thought.
I thought it was from Ireland.
Despite its name, it's not from Ireland. That's exactly what it says on this. But they look like they look like little pastry balls. I guess.
I think I had one before. I don't. That's
Are they hard or soft, chewy? What kind of candy is that? It looks like a donut.
Yeah,
or a munchkin.
They got a coconut cream inside, and they're rolled in cinnamon on the outside.
That sounds gross.
That sounds delicious. Who don't like coconut cream? You don't like no coconut drizzle?
No, I like some coconut cream. So
I don't like. I'm good with the coconut cream. You could sprinkle all the cinnamon you want on it. It's still coconut cream.
So you out on almond joys and stuff like that? Huh?
Oh yeah. Yes. Totally out on those.
All these beers out here with these coconuts in them, you don't be.
I don't like them. Nah, not at all. Not at all. No. I'd be like, pour me a little. Let me get a taste of that. And I'll pour that. Nah, I don't like coconut. I like fresh. I like fresh coconut though.
Whoa. See, that makes it weird.
Oh, you like fresh coconut though?
Yeah, it is weird. Like one day I was in California, I was at a fruit truck, And he was like, I got fresh coconut. I was like, nah, I don't like coconut. He's like, try it. And I did, and it wasn't half bad. It's nothing that I'm like going out to buy or nothing, but I like it more than like toasted coconut or like the almond joy coconut. I like it better. Yeah, I do like it better. But it's not like my favorite fruit or nothing. It ain't going down in history.
It's like kind of bland to me. Ain't it like the meat of a coconut? Sometimes it's kind of.
It could have been, but it went good with it went good with the pineapples, the watermelons, and it had Cajun on it. Why. Yeah, it was all mixed in. It tastes good to me. You didn't I had a strawberry flavored coconut.
Wait, so was it a drink that you had? Was it like
it was a fruit. It was like a fruit salad. It was like a fruit salad.
Okay. Yeah, that's because you like coconut.
I stuck my fork in the coconut and ate it by itself. It was like, this is delicious. I don't know. I don't remember if it had a hint.
They got all this juice on there.
Yeah, like all this pineapple juice and this strawberry juice tastes delicious. Yeah, let me dip my coconut in this juice.
And they got a strawberry pina colada.
I don't like pina coladas either. I'm not a fan of pina coladas.
What else? I tried to get to some of the breweries that I haven't been to, but I wanted to get.
Yeah.
Audio Didact. I can't remember how you say the name. AUTODIDACT beer out of Morris Plains. I think it's something like Audio Didact or something like that. I think it means like music. It's a music type of perfect pitch or something like that. I remember watching not a documentary, but they had like an advertisement about what it meant and why they named it like that or something to that effect. I think that's what it meant. Brewing was a good brewery that had some good beer.
Yeah, Bear was really good. There was a brewery, I can't remember the name, because we got sidetracked, but they had an orange creamsicle.
Heavy Reels was the name of the brewery.
Yeah, I gotta reach out to them. They need to come on this show. They need to send us beer. That shit was delicious.
Yeah, that was it. That was good. I like that.
Yeah, because they had a pineapple cream or pineapple cloud beer at the Dewey Beer and Friends. That's why I remember. Yeah, I remember. I was like, oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so that's what they do. Then that's their specialty. These fruit forward beers. Yeah, so that's right. They were right up my alley. I think that was my favorite beer.
That was your favorite beer?
Yeah, of course, because it was the sweetest one that you had.
Yeah, that's true. No, it wasn't. But it was the most put together sweet beer. No, it wasn't the sweetest because it was some sour sweet beers out there yesterday. But they weren't as well put together as that one. Like that tastes like it didn't have no alcohol in it. It tastes like it literally was the popsicle. And I was like, I can't drink 2-3 cans of this. You'd be sitting on your ass. But it tastes like you could. It definitely tastes like you was a child again. I was definitely 11 years old running with my feet up.
7% on that thing.
I don't even remember, man. I could look it up, but I don't remember.
I want to say it was 7 because I was like,
that's nuts because it didn't taste nothing like that. It tastes like a table beer. Yeah. I had a table beer. Speaking of that, a 3.4% table beer from someplace I don't remember. It was good. It was nice and light. It felt like I should be sitting at a table after dinner or waiting on my dinner. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh yeah, it's nice and light, ready to get you ready for what's coming. Yeah.
Just give me a table.
Yeah, just give me a table so I can drink this beer. Yeah. Oh, we forgot to say all the stuff that was there. They were cutting hair too. There was a male and a female barber cutting hair.
I was great. Get my haircut.
No, you wasn't.
Where are you now?
Yeah,
he was about to get cut.
Cut this hair, girl.
I think I knew this, but I think it really came to light, like how many. Because most of these breweries that they had there were from New Jersey, and the fact that they had all these issues with brewery laws in New Jersey is baffling because there's so many breweries.
Like, you can't tell that it bothers anyone, right?
Yeah. Like people that I had never even heard of before. And we've been to a lot of breweries. We've drunk a lot of beer from breweries, but it's like shit. But I think it was like from Massachusetts down to Virginia, maybe. But it seemed regional. And I ain't seen no like Midwest breweries or West Coast or down South breweries there. Did y'all?
They might have maybe had one or two, maybe sprinkled in there.
It felt regional.
Mind that we missed a lot of breweries, so
yeah, there were four aisles. One aisle was dedicated to food, and the other 3 aisles was dedicated to beer and vendors. Right. And we didn't make it to the third aisle. Like we didn't even drink beer from the third aisle.
people, one aisle could have been a beer festival.
Yes, yes, yes.
A big one.
A big beer fest. Yeah, then they had the nerve to tell you to vote. Like it was a People's Choice Award type of thing too, so you could vote on your favorite beer, and it's like it's no way. There's no way. Like it had to be a consensus, like you said, Rob. Consensus beer voting. They definitely had a consensus because the person that drunk all 400 pours, they're drunk. They're too drunk to vote.
Hey, they had their favorite beer. Yeah,
first, yeah. That was 200. That was 299. Yeah, they like.
Then they probably forgot what it was. They probably They walked away. They was like, "Oh, this is great." Walked away. Oh, what was that? What was that? I was just looking at the list actually of all the breweries, and there were it was pretty regional. There wasn't a lot of breweries outside of the East Coast. A lot of New Jersey breweries. I'm like, I think Kona, which is like a big beer. So obviously that makes sense. That's from Hawaii, but I think they're now part of a bigger conglomerate. So that makes sense that they can be everywhere. But
I don't remember what it was, but I think
I remember the beer. I remember the lady who was pouring the beer.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It was a pretty lady. That's it.
What other beers? I had some from. Oh, I think was it table beer. I don't know if the table beer was from Brotherton Brewing, but I did have something from Brotherton that was good. No, I think that was the Pilsner. I had a Pilsner from Brotherton, so it wasn't a table beer, but that was delicious. And that's at the Code, New Jersey. Bolero Snort was good. I think I remember. I think they used to be a Hippo at one point. I think they're
you was asking them that, and they was kind of like, nah. Like they want to talk about it. Like they was kind of push you off. Not that they want to answer. It's like, we got the bull now. We got this bull now. Like, no, I think didn't you have a mascot before that? It's like, nah, we got this bull now. I'm like, just say yes or no. Like, no.
They probably had to pivot for some reason.
Yeah, maybe it was a lawsuit or something like that. But
it could have been something crazy like that.
But that name is crazy, Bolero Snort.
Yo, I did have a beer from.
Okay, what a Hippo? It was just a big bull. It was a big bull. My bad.
So they was right to push you off.
It was a cartoon bull. That was like a cartoon bull, so it wasn't just a logo. All right, that makes sense.
Gotcha.
So I had like this sour peach joint from Sloop Brewing.
Sloop.
And that was good. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't even make it to them. I saw them.
Good,
but I didn't make it past them.
Weird name, but
Sloop. It reminded me of the Salt and Pepper song back in the day.
Sloop.
Now was Bucket Brigade Brewery? Was that the one? Yeah, I couldn't get out the word brigade. Bucket and brigade.
This nigga was at a stroke.
Jesus. Bucket Brigade.
Yeah, Bucket Brigade.
All them false starts out here, man. God damn, flag on the play.
Those word combinations, my tongue off.
Yeah, it fucked you up, boy.
You dumb, Yoda. You're stupid.
But Bucket Brigade, that's the one that had the pudding beer, right? Is that the one that had the pudding beer?
Oh, I don't remember who had the pudding beer, but the pudding beer was decent. Did we drink the pudding beer? Did you try that?
Yeah, I had the pudding beer, yeah.
Where was I at? Was I there with you?
I don't know.
I don't remember tasting it. I remember talking about it, but I feel like when we walked up there, I got sidetracked. Oh, you wasn't there yet. Yeah, you wasn't. I don't think you had. Yeah, you were on your way.
No, he was there by that time.
Well, shit, you know,
because we were further down the. It was further down the aisle by time. It was by the.
Yeah, I don't think I tasted.
I think it was by Heavy Reels. It might have been close to that.
Okay. I know. I definitely saw it, but I didn't try it. We had a non-alcoholic that wasn't athletic, and that beer was good. Like all non-alcoholic beers are kind of hit or miss for me because you can always tell that they're not, like, you go in it like knowing it's not alcohol in it, so you thinking that's going to taste different. But this one, drinking it tasted like the beer that they said. I think it was like a peach ale, but it tastes like and being happy to be able to drink the whole pour. So that was good. I know I was gonna get fucked up off of it.
Let me ask y'all this. So like with us going to like different beer fests, right? Was this like what was a hit and what was a miss on this beer fest?
What you mean as far as the setup or actual beer?
Like anything. Like what did y'all like about it the most, and what was like the thing that they could have did differently maybe?
I enjoyed them having multiple sessions, but I wish they would encourage you to do multiple sessions. Like be there for like not just to come for the band or not just to come for one session, but we want you. It's a beer fest. We want you to enjoy the beer. But if they let you know this 4-hour session, you're not going to get to enjoy all the beers. You should try to come Friday and one of the Saturday sessions. I think that would be good advertising because 4 hours ain't enough. It's just not. But 8 hours is plenty, I think. Right. And not to be drinking all of the beers because I don't think that we're gonna be here the whole shift. We got a whole shift of beer drinking, but the breaking it up is a good idea. Like let's do a 4-hour session at a time. But I just wasn't expecting the convention center to be so big. But I like that idea because it's a lot of space. Nobody was on top of never felt like you were on top of each other except at the concert. But of course, it's a concert. You know what I mean? Like that part.
I think that's where my item would probably be. It would be the maybe more diversity in terms of types of music. It was all.
Yeah, there's a lot of rock. There's a lot of rock and a lot of local rock. It seemed like, but the people that were there for. It seemed like they were there for them. Like they were singing that shit word for word. No, I'm just saying. I was saying local, meaning like I had never heard of them before, and I talked to people that were singing, and they were like, "Oh, this is a local band. This the original music." Blah blah blah. I'm like, y'all shouldn't singing this shit like it's Blink 182. And like, cause they might as well be like this. This is the shit. You not excited? I'm like, I don't know nothing that's going on here, lady. I'm about to go drink some more beer.
Yeah,
but yeah, if it was diverse, or even at the acoustic stage, play like alternative or hip hop or something different, I think that's good. But I saying that we do Barrel and Flow, and they keep it R&B and hip hop. So is that just our bias? Because somebody that came into a Barrel and Flow that likes rock and roll is not going to enjoy the music.
No, because even though they do. I'm not talking about in terms of because they don't just do hip hop on Barrel and Flow, because there is some alternative bands that are they're black, but they still do alternative music. It's not necessarily all hip hop or all R&B. So I'm talking about even if it was some pop band there or something that breaks up some of the and maybe they are on other sessions, but just even listening to some of the catalogs before we got there on all the sessions that were there, they all sound like similar bands. So it was like you either like this style of music or you don't. So I think if we had a little more of I don't know, a hip hop band, a R&B band, a pop band, a jazz band,
just something different. Even though I don't mind those bands that were there, because my only thing with listening to any electric guitar type music, anything that has an electric guitar, like whether it be rock or even if it's like heavy metal type shit, that's the thing, is that like heavy metal I can't listen to, but I can listen to the alternative music and the whole rock like they were doing, because you can hear what they're saying for the most part. Like you can hear the lyrics. I like listening to stuff like that, like Foo Fighters and like shit like that type of music. You know what I mean? But I still think, they should have had some kind of. They should have pivoted a little bit to something different,
right?
Like
if it's like a music fest, because even like other music fests,
they call it a music fest.
If you compare it to like Coachella happening this weekend as well, there's a lot of different genres that are at that one thing. So if it's a music festival, then definitely go in there with that same mindset. Like, we're going to give you a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some ska. I mean, I think they kind of did. There was some ska bands, but sometimes once you start hearing guitar, ska, and rock start off sounding the same.
Okay. Yeah. I enjoyed the if for people like, it's so many Brewfest that have a designated driver ticket, but there's never anything for the designated driver to do but just basically wait in their car for you to get drunk and stagger back to me. But they they had so much for the people that don't drink. Like if you don't want to drink but you want to enjoy a festival, like that was the first beer fest that I was encouraged non-beer drinkers to actually go to.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention there was a 5K before the second session.
Oh,
that morning that morning of the Saturday. So there was also a 5K run they did.
And they were dressed in costumes, so that made it fun. That made it fun visually to see all the people.
I would have liked to see I would have liked to see that 5K run with them people in their costumes.
Like I asked one of the guys why they were dressed up as Flintstones. He said, "Because we can, baby." I was like,
but they had the whole crew.
Yeah, they definitely was all. It was all six of them.
That they even had that they had the silent party too.
Oh yeah. They had an axe throwing. We didn't mention axe throwing.
Yeah, they had everything.
If you didn't want to drink beer, like if you that D&D ticket, that designated driver ticket was awesome. Yeah. You definitely got your bang for your buck on that shit. And then all the food, it was like it's all the normal food trucks, but it seemed like they only had one pizza truck. You know what I mean? They had one cheesesteak truck. They had one Italian. Like it was a variety of stuff. So if you wanted to, it wasn't 3 taco trucks. And like, who got the best tacos? It was like it's only one taco to get. Like go get them.
Yeah, that would be tough. That wouldn't be like that.
Yeah, you got like I don't want 3 different taco choices. I like some pulled pork in a taco and something else. So that was good. That the variety of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about all just looking at some of the lists. I'm not just looking at the list. I think I actually drank pretty good. I put a pretty good amount of beers.
Mm-hmm. We had our fair share. Like we definitely had a normal beer fest amount. It was just so much more beer that because even in the aisles that we were in, I didn't drink everything that was in the aisles that we even made it to. So then to say that we went to aisle 3 and just walked up and down it, like not even getting in line to try any beer, like we probably missed more than half of this. No, we probably missed more than 75% of what they offered, just because it was so much. It was so much.
I had Mud Hen Brewing. I had Mud Hen. Gang, which was also part of Duval. Duval and Gang had the same booth. New Trail was there. I partaked in their beverages. What else did I have? I think that was a majority Southern Tier.
Yeah, Southern Tier.
You had Black Girls Brew.
Brown
Girls Brew. I'm sorry, Brown Girls Brew. I didn't. Montclair. There was two black-owned breweries that were there that I know of. It was Montclair and Brown Girls Brew. I had sampled one of their beers, but I didn't get any of Montclair because it was over by the time we found it.
Yeah, that was great.
That's how big. That's how big it was.
There was another one. It was called Whim. Whim is another black-owned brewery.
Oh, Whim. Cheers. Yeah. They were.
But
there.
I didn't get
any of there.
They had a long line too. So every time I went over there, the long line was too long. So I didn't get a chance to.
I think they kicked before we left though.
Yeah, they did kick. I think they were packing up. It looked like after the second session.
Where's Whims out of? Y'all know?
New Jersey. They're in New Jersey too. Waterford, New Jersey.
Oh, it's Jersey.
Yeah, Waterford, New Jersey.
So two Jersey black-owned breweries and then one New York black-owned.
Yep. But all in all, the time it was a good time.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed it. Shout out to like you already said, some of the folks we know, some of the family. Montclair was out there. Big Oyster Brewing, Big Oyster Brewery were there. Dogfish Hometown was out. So Big Oyster Brewery and Dogfish were some of the feature brews. So the hometown was representing for sure. Brown Girl Brew, like you already said, they actually had kicked a lot of their beer as well. They still had their I guess their signature beer on tap.
Yeah.
Some of the feature flavors they had already ran through. So that's, I mean, hey, that's good in itself, because that means people were coming and checking them out, and getting the word out.
Yep.
And making sure people know that they are around. So shout out to all the folks that we got to interact with during the course of the day.
Yeah.
And shout out to Good Tricycle Productions. Good Time Tricycle. Good Time Tricycle. I don't know why I can't get that name right.
You better than me, because you know it. I don't.
One thing I can say is
shout out to FanDuel.
I want them to next time have like water stations.
Yoda, I ain't seen no water stations at all. That was yeah. I just thought about when you said that. We talked about it yesterday, but I didn't think about it since then. Yeah, that's true. It was definitely be thirsty out here.
Or a water sponsor that has maybe they had a water sponsor, we just didn't see it.
Yeah, but they didn't have no. Maybe we didn't pass. Maybe we passed it and didn't see it, or didn't pass it at all. It was so much to do and see.
Yeah. But all in all, I had 18 years, and they say that a lot of people say that a lot of beer fests are dead. So the fact that 18 years in counting, that's
it did not look dead. That parking lot, that fucking parking lot, that was not dead. So they was rocking in there for sure.
Right. So it speaks volumes to what they have been doing for these last years. They listen to the people. So a lot of people wanted them to come back into the convention center, so they came back in there, because I think they were in a large field in last year.
Okay.
So they
that being indoors, man. No rain, no shine is always good.
Yeah. And if you were staying, I think it was connected to the Sheridan, so you can just pop right down and keep it popping, or go back upstairs.
That was really good. Yeah, that part was good too.
You can't, like, with being in Atlantic City, like, you can't go wrong anyway. So many things for you to do out there in that extra time that you have after the beer fest or before the beer fest. If you want to make it like a whole weekend thing, and you're not doing all the sessions at the beer fest, so you still got shit to do out there.
Yeah.
So that's a plus.
I guess.
But no,
you got it right. You got it.
The only thing I was going to say in terms of as media, I think in terms of like just media designation, maybe there should be a little more. I don't know, maybe a badge or a lanyard that says media designation, so allows even if they have a little bit of break in time, some of the brewers be like, hey, yeah, I'll definitely give you a shout out. Or maybe they should do like they did with the comedy and the thing, hey, bring more podcasts to be a part of the actual event. And then they already right there. I know some of them, I think they do that at Snollygaster, I think, has a podcast stage. Hey, maybe bring a podcast stage into to the AC Beer Fest.
Or just give us a podcast wristband, because what we do at festivals is we enjoy the festival, and then we find people to interview in breweries and brewers to interview and things of that nature. And it was so crowded in there that we weren't really able to get in touch with any brewers or breweries until the end. So that at 4:00 when it ended for us was our prime time to be interviewing the brewers. And they were like, "You got your wristband on?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, that's the wrong wristband. Get the fuck out." And I'm like, "Oh, so, I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I thought I could stay and interview this person." Like, "Nah, you got to keep it moving." So I think like knowing that what we're there for, we didn't get a chance to really do what we came for. So
yeah, and I wonder if they more relaxed, like that was the first session. Maybe they're more relaxed because they have one more session, so they got to do that turnover, I guess.
Right, that could be it. And then the last session on Saturday probably be more relaxed too.
But think about it, they still had, like, the brewers have 2 hours before anybody even starts coming back in there, because they put everybody out. So it's like a lot of them brewers weren't doing anything on that 2 hour
waiting. They was waiting for us to talk to them, and we couldn't talk to them.
So I mean that is something that they should look into. I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, we just was trying to help get the brewers out there. So I mean, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. But hey, I mean, it was still a good time. So, and they've been doing 18 years, so that's an accomplishment in all of itself. So,
definitely.
Which probably means that they're gonna hear this and tell us to shut the fuck up.
Not after this. After what I'm about to say. After what I got to say, it was good. I plan on going back. Y'all want to go back?
Yeah. I would definitely.
And like you can always use. You can always have criticism to get better. We're not saying it wasn't bad at all. Like it's just one or two things. And I think we've been talking for 50 minutes now, and most of the stuff we said about that was a really good experience and worth it. Like I enjoyed myself. It was one of the better ones that I thought of, but it just gives you so much room for ideas and things like that when you get hit with it, like us having to check our bags and stuff like that. Like, I got equipment in this bag. I'm not checking my bag. And then not having to check my bag, realizing I don't gotta check my bag. Nobody checked my bag. So that was stuff like that. But it was really a good time. All of it.
They did check through it. They just didn't
take it.
Didn't come back for you. Right?
Ain't take it. And there was nobody there like policing me either. Like once I got in, I was fine. They had me watching my back for like the first 10 minutes, thinking somebody was gonna jump my bag or some shit. But they didn't. I only have one thing to say, man. Like I don't think I'm ever going to get used to this. Like I don't realize how many fans out there, just people in general, are listening to us. So when you go to Beer Fest and like we've been to Black Beer Fest and Black people come up to me all the time, and that's fine. But I had never. Yesterday was the first time that multiple white folks came up to me and was like, "Yeah, it is. It's fine. I love it when Black people come up to me. Keep coming, guys." But white people too. All races come up to me, especially if you want to talk good about the podcast that we're doing. But it still humbles me to like yesterday, dude just pulled my arm. It's like, "Hey, you're on that podcast," and I'm like, yeah." He's like, "I was just listening to such and such," and started talking about the pod. Yeah, I was like, "Wow, like you really sitting here listening to the podcast." So it's just
what they really say, Lou.
What?
They say you were on that podcast with Rob.
Oh, nah, they say that about you. They say that to you. They know me, man. They know me. I don't know what your problem is, Joe. They know me. Because Rob, when this person spoke to me, Rob wasn't even around me. Rob wasn't even around me. Nope. But yes, I do get that. I have gotten that before though, yo. They're like, "Hey, you on that podcast with Rob?" But not yesterday. Yesterday it was like, "Hey, the three of y'all do that podcast. I really enjoyed such and such episode." And it happened to me like 2 or 3 times, and it was just like I never expected. Like I'm at this beer fest just working and enjoying myself, and then when people come up.
I came over there later, because he was talking about the fantastic.
But yeah, it's just always a good. So if you see me in the street, man, say hi. That was good. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for listening.
Shout out to Will, who also we met back in back at
Ben Simmons was on the team. That's how long ago it was. 2020.
Too Hot for the Gram 1.
It was like 2020, 2021. Yeah, for sure.
16 ounce cans is his IG. So shout out to Will. For us, it's like, "Hey, Rob." So I'm out with the crowd. I was though. Yeah, because I was like, he threw me off for a second. I had to give my mind right. I was like, "Oh yeah."
Because we're not famous. We don't claim to be famous. Like we just doing this little tiny show that comes out once a week. But y'all out here saying hi to us in the streets is really cool, man. I appreciate y'all. I ain't never think I was gonna be halfway famous.
Well, there you go. You made it. Say,
quarter.
Tell your mom.
A quarter. I'm not halfway. I'm not halfway yet. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get my 30%. I'm gonna get the 30% one day.
What they say on Juice, man? You local.
Yo, we a quarter famous, Rob. That's funny. A quarter famous.
I wonder what's the opposite of local, because I think
international.
We're more known than not local. So
yeah, we're more international than local.
Yeah,
we can go to Beer Fest in Delaware. Won't nobody say our names?
Right.
Hey, Delaware listeners, how y'all doing out there, Delaware listeners? See y'all. We see y'all.
Yeah, we love you too. I know.
We see all 6
of Delaware way though. that might be the Delaware way though.
That is
even when we see celebrities, we don't really be like, "Yo, what's up?" We kind of let them.
You a celebrity? You know you a celebrity. What's up? Yeah. Why don't you say hi? Why don't you come over here and say hi to me?
Yeah. So they probably wouldn't say what's up anyway, unless they are really rocking hardcore. And maybe they just watched the episode or listened to an episode, and they was like, "Oh yeah, just listen to one." So because I've had that once in a blue moon, but not as regularly as other beer fests outside of the state. So
yes.
I ain't approachable, so people don't even say shit to me unless.
Well, they hear the podcast. They hear the podcast and know. They hear the podcast and know to go holler at Lou and Rob. Don't fuck with that nigga. Like he is scary.
Yeah,
we'll talk to them too when he ain't around.
Yeah, probably every podcast like I smacked that motherfucker now.
How many people you think want to smack him? It's at least 4.
Nothing. He said that in the podcast about putting his hands. I'm putting hands on niggas. So they be like,
I might have, and I will.
See, and I got a friendly smile. Without the gray hair, I probably look.
Oh, I see you, baby. Shout out to that beautiful lady yesterday. Shout out to her, man. Golly, some lady told me I looked like I was 28 years old yesterday, man. I wanted to. Never mind.
Drunk, man.
I don't care what she was. I don't care. That don't matter to me. She said it. The words came out of the words came out of her mouth, and I had a witness. Rob heard that shit. So like, you can't take that away from me. I ain't run up to y'all and be like, hey guys, guess how old she thinks? He was like, nah, it was right there. But yeah, that made my whole week, man. I told like my mama and everything. I know, but not this young. I ain't never been. Look, I'm a proud 44-year-old man, yo, and I ain't never been 28. I ain't been 28 since I ain't looked like I was 28 since I was 33. So I'm out here feeling good about myself. Like I know this black don't crack, but this black still like he about 38. Like I thought that's what she was gonna say, like 30, 36 maybe, but she was like, "You 28?
We don't drink dark. We won't drink dark liquor. That's why we don't look old.
That could be it. That could be it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it do to you, but
yeah, only alcohol I drink on a regular is tequila and beer. So yeah, keep me young, tequila.
And I think I drink dark liquor, but not enough to
harm you. Not enough to harm you.
Yeah. I ain't squigging on bottles. I ain't holding bottles and drinking out the bottle or nothing like that.
Yeah. I don't even know how to buy. I don't even know how to buy a bottle of liquor. Like what's that?
I don't even know what liquor bottle sizes are. You know,
I think that's what I meant. Yeah, like they're like, give me a fifth. How much is that? What is that? Give me 1,800 Give me 1,800 liters. 18. You want milliliters? Why are y'all drinking in milliliters? We in America. Like this is crazy to me. So confused.
Like, that motherfucker drink a whole fifth, and I'll be like, okay, like,
is that a lot? Is that a lot? Isn't it 5/5 make 100?
I'll be so confused.
I really do, man. I don't get it.
I mean, I think we know that because I mean, a lot of winos and young folks drink fifths. So I think at least is that the small one or is that the half?
Bro, why are you asking us? We listen. I know it's small. It's smaller than 2/5. It's smaller than 2/5, and it's smaller than 5/5. I know that. I have no idea what a fifth is. Is there a something smaller than that? The shot glasses, I guess maybe.
They got the little personal joints.
They the shots.
Yeah, I wonder what that size is.
Yeah,
shots, right? Don't you? We just call them shots, but on the street they probably call them something different.
That's probably like 2 milliliters, I guess, maybe.
Nah, 2 milliliters is less than that. That's much more than 2 milliliters.
2 ounces. I meant 2 ounces, not 2 milliliters.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, 2 ounces. That sounds much better. That's not much better. 2 milliliters. That's like 2 drops.
Yeah, because normally people use them for make their one shot, make their one drink, mix it in with their Coke, whatever. Just that one little service. I think it's about 2 ounces of alcohol. I'm assuming. I don't know how many milliliters that is, but
there you go.
Yeah, somebody can tell me. All right. Is there any other things that stood out to you from the AC Beer Fest? Sponsored by FanDuel. Second.
Sure.
Nah, just thanks for having us, man. I hope have us back. Like that was fun. It was a good experience. Yeah. I'm gonna plan for it better. I'm gonna do I may do one or two or three. Well, I'm gonna just do all the sessions next time. Just drink all the beer.
Yeah, we'll just go down for the weekend and just like. The ride wasn't far. The ride wasn't bad for me. I know it wasn't bad for me going down there.
Well, it's for us. It's an hour and 15-minute round trip. Oh, not round trip. Each way is an hour and 15.
It was funny because it didn't feel that long, and for two, I don't know why. I haven't been out there in so long, and I just felt like it's because the ride is just too long. But it wasn't as bad as I thought.
Nah, that ride's not long at all. Especially once you get out of the 2-lane parts of it all. Once you get into like the expressway of it, you're riding smooth.
Yeah, but it seems like you can have a fucking party in Jersey. Period. With if you like beer, you can go to it's a zillion breweries now. How far they are away from each other, I don't know because Jersey's pretty big.
I believe it's only one. I think it's only one brewery in Atlantic City. I think the Seed is the Seed. Yeah, I don't know if there's any more breweries in Atlantic City proper.
I think they have I think there's a craft beer house, like a cafeteria style type of thing. I think they have that, but actual brewery, I think Seed is the only one.
Which is, but the way Atlantic City is transforming, that was nice to see too. Like just driving through it and see how different it looked from like before COVID and then like in the middle of COVID to now. And then talking to Rob, he was like, last year he went to a fun house with his kids. So it's like stuff for kids to do and families. It's becoming more family friendly, like a East Coast Vegas now. Whereas 10 years ago, 10 years ago, it was not kid friendly. Like don't bring no kids. Even 5 years ago, I wouldn't suggest you to bring kids even to the beach. Like why are you coming to the beach at Atlantic City with your children? Like this is an adult place.
One thing I can tell you, the workers are still out there. I can tell you that much.
What you mean? The sex workers?
And AC too. I mean, they're in Vegas too.
Yeah, we had some workers come in and approach us at the festival. They was in the festival.
They weren't workers. They was like dancers.
Why weren't they? That's a type. That's a form of sex. Never mind. It's not the same kind. It's just it's a type. It's in the cornucopia of workers.
Cornucopia.
It's in the plethora. It's in the plethora. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Man, go tell one of them dancers that they're gonna beat your ass.
They're not beating my ass. They're not gonna beat my ass. I'll tell them from a distance. I definitely tell them from a distance. I ain't fighting no fucking bitch. I ain't fighting no stripper. Fighting no stripper. I'm telling her about her job. I don't know about her job. I don't work with her. This is my opinion. I don't know for facts. You gotta get me jumped by all these strippers. Like fuck, what? I'm getting hit in the face with titties and ass, not the way that I want it. No, not at all. I do not accept that.
All right, that took us off the path of. When Good Time Tricycle, check it out. Hope John says, hey, let me come join us on the podcast. Tell us all about how AC Beer and Music Fest come together. We'll definitely enjoy.
That'd be nice.
Shout out to John Henderson, I believe, isn't it? John is his name from Good Time Tricycle Productions. Doing that thing for 18 years and counting. Excited to see 19. You're 19 with
they definitely gonna have 19, 20, and 21. You could see that already.
And shout out to McKenzie for helping us out too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a family. I think it's a family affair. I think that's his daughter. I want to say. I could be wrong. Don't get me a line.
Okay. Yeah, she hooked us up. Yeah, she looked up for us. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Anything else you want to discuss? You got any other issues or problems or anything else? Problems?
Nah. Sixers made the playoffs. Sixers made the playoffs. Allen Iverson got his little tiny statue. We good.
I do have one issue.
What's that?
Is that when I woke up this morning, I realized that Drake responded, and I don't like it. That's all.
Did he respond? Have they confirmed he responded? Because some people are saying, is it AI or did he respond? Nowadays, you can't know. You don't know.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Well, he's not saying it's not. So I'm like, Right, and it sounds like because sometimes the AIs be sounding like you could kind of tell by the lyrical content, but this definitely sounds like a Drake response, like because then he brought up the whole shit with Rick Ross and all this shit too. So it's like it was
then
definitely
Rick Ross responded too, right? And Rick Ross responded as well.
I didn't listen to it though.
I ain't either, but I know. I guess beef is maybe that's why J. Cole got out the way. He was like, you know what? I don't want none of this. I don't want none of this extraness. Y'all go play amongst yourselves. I'm out.
Yeah, J. Cole bitched out. Like, nah. He really did. He kind of punked out.
He was like, you know, it's not. I've been like he said. He said it pretty well. I can see both sides, but he did kind of say like, yo, and like for the last few years, I realized how good I was sleeping, and so he was like, you know what, this ain't my thing. It's not my journey. Y'all can do what y'all do. I'm gonna do me. So I get it.
It's a double-edged sword because the bravado of rap is battle. Part of rapping is battle, but the best rappers battle each other to see who's the best. And then you came out with a record in all of your piece and it messed up your piece. So you have every right to apologize if you want, but hopefully he'll be further along in his journey the next time where he won't even put it on an album or on the tape.
Yeah, some people saying he was he retracted the diss record because he messed up the discography, like the order of where it was. So instead of being To Pimp the Butterfly wasn't number 2, it was like a 3 because Good Kid, Mad City was actually 2, but nobody counts that first one. I guess most people, unless people now people are like, you don't know Kendrick like that.
Right. Like, nigga, you didn't know Kendrick like that. Like, you just found out he had an album before the album.
Right, because I don't even think going back Kendrick Lamar at that point. It was like
it was just
I think it was going by like K-Dot before that. So technically, yeah. So if that was the case, then technically maybe you never know. I don't know. I knew he had one because people had mentioned it before, but I didn't ever go back and say, "Yo, let me listen to it again." I never listened to it. I know what I think I saw it, but I never listened to that first official album. Because I really didn't like what's that joint off of Good Kid, Mad City? And the swimming pools. I didn't really love that song.
That's like his first. That's like his first single, right?
Yeah. I didn't love that song.
No, you didn't. Wow.
Yo, you know why? Because you didn't start liking them until Poetic Justice. And you know why? Because Drake was on that joint.
I feel like wasn't he on Swimming Pools too? Didn't he get on that too eventually? Didn't he do a remix of that too?
I don't think so.
I know Jay-Z was on one of his songs early. He remixed it.
That was
I'm not sure what that one was.
Yeah, that was that one. No, that was Bitch Don't Kill My Ride. No, that was
Don't Kill My Vibe.
Mm-hmm. I'm in a cloud. Me and my spouse. Yeah.
Yes, that was Jay-Z's opening salvo for that shit.
Yeah. But Drake tried to say, Drake was like, "Yeah, I made you your first song. I put you on basically because he was on the Poetic Justice joint." And then he said the same thing about Rick Ross. He like, "Yo, motherfuckers, basically I did Maybach music, and that's when people started liking you." I mean, Ashton Martin music. Ashton Martin. He might be right though.
True. I don't know because people loved their first Rick Ross album because it was a hustle. I'm a hustle. I mean, what was that?
I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Yeah, so I think he got more pop. He got more pop famous as with Maybach music and people because Drake was already was that guy at that point. So I get it. But hey, I mean, if they keep it in the studio and not anywhere else, then
let's go. Right, but if not.
Yeah, because I know people always like, yo, I'm in that month. That's not my fucking era. I don't hate that era. But you're also in the era that we no longer have Biggie and Tupac. So that's the same era you came from.
You can't be on both sides of the fence. You can't.
Right. And shit can go left real quick. So
unfortunately, you're right.
What else was I had something about that. It must not have been. It wasn't about the AC Beer Fest, so it's not important on this episode. All right. Before we go, well, we always like to know how people can find us on these worldwide whizzles, these eye jizzles, and these face bills and prick tizzles.
Yo, it was only a matter of time.
God, Dizzle,
I can't wait. I can't wait for Snoop Dizzle to meet Rob Rizzle. That would be crazy, man. Yo, stop. Every time you do it, you encourage him. Don't do that, man. Like, we gotta keep this just to one person.
All right, yo, where can they find you?
Yo, you can find me on these eye jizzles.
Eye jizzles, man. That was crazy. The worldwide whizzles, the eye jizzles.
Find me on these eye jizzles at IO302YODA for shizzle.
All right. My nizzle. All right, Lou, where can they find you?
Yo, man, I'm on Instagram. Shit, I gotta say it right this time. I am on Instagram. All right, my name is Lou Belgium. My name is Louis Belgium, and I am on the Instagrams. I feel like y'all needed some more English education out here. English language is trash. But whatever Rob said earlier was outrageous. Rob, where can we find this podcast as far as that?
You can find the podcast. You can find Brewing Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, X or TikTok at Brewing Banter Podcast. You can also go to www.brewingbanter.com. You can get some merch if you want to keep up with the podcast as well. Eventually, we'll have a newsletter soon, one day. You can find out with that. Get some merch.
We got real jobs, man. This is a lot.
My shirt, like I have one on. I do not have a shirt.
I was about to say, I was like, that's a new one. That's a new color.
But it's good. You can't tell because you can see it.
Nah, he just popped his collar. Popped his collar. It's like, hey guys, you can go get this shit right here, guys.
Definitely, if you want to support the podcast, always go to YouTube and smash that like button. Follow us on Instagram. Remember to rate and review on your favorite podcast platform. That definitely helps us out. If that is free 99, doesn't cost you anything to go write a review. You can even just say, hey, we love this podcast, 5 stars, and you're done. If you want to follow me, Rob Stay Bruising, there it is. Bing, 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 bing. All right, this has been episode 246 of Brewing Banter Podcast, and until next time.
Have a good week, everyone. Y'all be safe out there.
She's such a freak. Kind of freaky, yeah. We still don't trust you.